If President Trump wants to talk about health care for the midterms, bring it on. Democrats are going to win a whole lot of elections. Why? Because his Congress has refused to extend tax credits for those that were already struggling to afford coverage while giving tax cuts to the wealthiest of Americans. His big, ugly bill is not only going to devastate rural health care, it's going to devastate rural economies. Right now, it's projected to close 35 rural hospitals in our home state of Kentucky. Each one of those is the #1 payroll in their community. So Donald Trump's approach to health care doesn't just mean you drive 2.5 hours to see a doctor. It means when the hospital closes, so does the restaurant, so does the coffee shop, so does the bank, and so does the insurance company. If he wants to talk about health care, bring it on.
What are you hearing from fellow Kentuckians, and what are you actually seeing in terms of direct impact so far from that bill?
Well, we're seeing concern. We just had a birthing center shut down. I think it was in Lincoln County, and that means that the citizens there, a pregnant woman may have to drive several hours just to get the care that she needs. University of Louisville stopped a project that was going to bring the same type of care to an area of Jefferson County. It's Louisville, our biggest city, and so you're seeing it happening right now, and sadly, it's the places where the margins are the smallest that people are having to cut the fastest. But the legislation is absolutely devastating.
You spoke this morning, Governor, at an event about reclaiming religion, specifically Christianity, from the Republican Party. I know you're also writing a book about your faith, about this subject. I've covered Christian nationalism at length. I have a documentary coming up this Sunday on it. We often see it on the right of the political spectrum, but what makes you think this issue will resonate as you look to potentially make a 2028 presidential run as a Democrat?
Well, I talk about my faith because it's real. It's my why. It's what drives me. Why I'm willing to get up and deal with the difficult world of politics, with all the negativity that's out there. I get to get up and try to help somebody every day. And what you see in faith, it should be as simple as, are you using it to help someone or to hurt someone? I mean, my book is called Go and Do Likewise because those are the last words in the parable of the Good Samaritan. It's not just a story, it's an instruction where Jesus tells us that everyone's our neighbor and our job is to lift them up and not kick them while they're down.
I don't have to tell you that politicians who are looking to run for higher office often write books.
They do?
They absolutely do. So what is your timeline for making a decision or announcing a decision? Well,
this year, you're going to see me being the best governor of Kentucky that I can be, continuing to bring in jobs. Our economy is still expanding while most states are contracting. You're going to see me out with the Democratic Governors Association, electing a lot of good Democratic governors in 26. And by the way, that changes the map for 28. And then sometime after I finish that job, which I'm going to give my all, I'll sit down with my family. Yeah. In the end, to me, it's not about who the candidate is, though I do think they should be a Democratic governor, but can they heal this country? We've got to do more than just beat Trump. We've got to end this division. We've got to restore the American dream. We've got to bring hope back to the American people about a brighter future.
But right now, as it stands, because you gave a similar answer when I interviewed you a few months ago.
I give the same answer every time.
You have to have the talking points for the question, but where is your heart right now as it stands today running for president?
Well, when I walked off the stage in my re-elect in 2023, I looked at my wife and I said, that's the last race we'll ever run. I don't know that that's true as we're here today. I will not leave a broken country to my kids or to anyone else's. They deserve the same stability of the United States that we had growing up. They deserve a country that's leader of the free world and not the bully on the playground.
You're also here in D.C. for the annual gathering of the country's governors. President Trump broke with tradition and decided not to invite Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, Governor Polis of Colorado, and you say you're not going to go. Now, Governor Moore released a statement and said to all the other governors out there, you should still go if you think it's good for your state. So what do you say to your constituents and other voters across the country who believe you should go there and meet with President Trump and fight for Kentucky?
Well, first, we're doing a lot of meetings with the administration while we're here. My folks are meeting with cabinets where we have important things in front of them. But the president has turned what was a bipartisan tradition into a 12-year-old's birthday party. You're invited, you're not invited, and creating so much drama around it. In the end, Wes Moore and Jared Polis are friends of mine. Wes Moore is the only black governor in the entire United States. If they're not invited, I'm not going. I stand with my friends.
Just as we wrap up, you know, a lot of your messaging and about your book is about unifying, using Christianity for good, bringing out the best in people. We've seen other tactics from potential presidential contenders like Gavin Newsom, who's used more of a tactic of fighting, using basically Trump's own tactics against him. Why do you think your message of unifying is better than sort of that fight tactic that we've seen from Governor Newsom?
Well, I'm not going to criticize Gavin because he's in a different situation. The president's attacking him and his state all the time, and we all push back the best way we know how. But if somebody is looking for a Democratic version of Trump, that's not me. You know, my goal is to bring people together. My goal is to heal the country, and you can't do that if you're engaged in the same tactics that he is. And if that's what the American people are looking for, I'm not their guy.
All right, Governor Andy Beshear, thank you so much.